Greetings, my wonderful students. I, Dr. Jyoti Vaibhavi, welcome you to today's lecture video. Today we are going to learn about representation of cardiac electric events as cardiac vectors and ECG waves. Okay, these are the SLOs. Please, specific learning objectives. Please go through them properly. So in today's lecture video, we are going to see all the electrical events, how they are produced and how they are represented as cardiac vectors, and how on the ECG machine it is represented as waves and segments. So we are going to discuss each and every electrical event which are happening in the cardiac cycle and how these electrical events uh, each event can be represented as a vector, and when this vector recorded on a ECG, how which ECG wave is produced and how it is produced, all this we are going to learn today. Okay, so if I can show you this animation over here to tell you what are the electrical events. Obviously the electrical events are first atria depolarizes, then the ventricular depolarization happening. So depolarization and repolarization are the electrical events. So in the whole of heart, if you say, first SA node depolarizes, and then the atria depolarizes, AV node depolarizes, and the bundle of His, and the entire ventricles depolarize, followed by repolarization. These are the electrical events. We can have a look at this animation to understand. SA node, atria is depolarizing, AV node, the current is coming, followed by the bundle of His, then the ventricles are depolarizing, okay, followed by ventricular repolarization, which is shown by the blue color. Okay, so and now this picture tells us an entire today's class. It is what we are going to see. We are going to see what each electrical event is happening and how they are represented as vectors, and on the ECG paper what waves are produced and what how it is represented. So just to show you this picture, SA node is firing, atria is depolarizing, followed by the septal depolarization, and the apex of the ventricle is depolarizing, entire ventricle is depolarized, then repolarization is happening. So these are the entire electrical events in one cardiac cycle, and we'll see how these ECG waves are produced. So what are the first electrical activity? So we all know electrical activity of the normal heart starts with the SA nodal depolarization. At the beginning of the cardiac cycle, SA node fires. Okay, it generates a wave of depolarization. So here in this picture, you can see this is the SA node and these are the vectors, and this is AV node, and in between atria and ventricle there is a fibrous band here, non-conductive fibrous tissue. Okay, so now SA node has fired, electrical current is coming from SA node to the adjacent cells. Okay, so these group of cells will be connected with the second group of cells, and second group will be connected with the third group. So once the depolarization wave comes from SA node, they are traveling from SA node downwards and leftwards. So why downward and leftward? Because SA node is situated right side and upward. From here, electrical current are generated in the form of small vectors, and they are moving downwards and leftwards, as you can see here. And you have to remember that the right atrium and the left atrium are syncytium, and that's why electrical current sweeps simultaneously in both right atrium and left atrium. All these depolarizing currents can be added together. Okay, if I can add all of them with single vector that is directed downwards and leftwards, so this vector is nothing but you should know that it is an electromagnetic force. Whenever electric charges are moving, it produces electromagnetic force. So depolarizing current being a positive wave, it is traveling and it produces electromagnetic force, which was produced in the heart when both atria and ventricle depolarization. So if I can show this vector, it is shown like this. It is downwards and leftwards. Okay, and this vector is called as atrial depolarization vector. The electrical event is atrial depolarization vector is looks like this. You remember the atria are thin myocardium in comparison to ventricular myocardium. Hence, this vector represents a smaller vector. It is not a bigger vector. It is going leftwards and downwards. So if I can summarize the vector, atria is undergoing depolarization and the vector is represented downwards and leftwards with a moderate velocity. The conducting system of the atria is of moderate velocity. So this is the vector. So we saw the electrical event, vectorial event. So now we'll see apply a galvanometer to a person and see how these vectors are represented as a ECG wave. Okay, so this outline is showing a man or a person here. Okay, and we will see how the needle fluctuates. We are connecting this galvanometer through the electrodes to this on this person. Okay, we are applying positive electrode on the right limb, right limb sorry, on the left limb. This is the positive electrode and this is the negative electrode. Positive, negative. Positive on the left, negative on the right. See, electrical events are depolarization, repolarization, which are happening in the cardiac cycle, and they are represented as vector. And as we all know, these vectors are nothing but the depolarizing and repolarizing waves which are easily conducted. So these waves are traveling in the heart, which are easily conducted to the body surface through body fluids. So these electrodes, so whatever the electrical activity is happening here is picked up by the right limb. You can place this electrode somewhere here. Okay, even if you place on the arm, you get the same electrical activity, or here. For convenience, we have just put it over here. And the same with the positive electrode. You can place it here on the ankles, knees, or anywhere in the limb, just in the left side. Okay, so I've just placed it in between the limb and the trunk. So this is the positive electrode and this is the negative electrode. Okay, then what happens, these electrodes we have connected it to a galvanometer, which is connected to a pointer, which in turn is connected to a moving stylus, which deflects with each electrical activity. Okay, whatever the electrical vectors are coming, if it is the vector is coming towards the positive electrode, we get a positive deflection. If the vector is going backwards or towards the negative electrode, we get a negative deflection. Okay, so the first electrical event was the SA node has fired and there is depolarization of the right and left atrium. So atrial depolarization vector, as we studied just now, is downward and leftward. So it comes like this, right? It is facing towards the positive electrode. Okay, so when the depolarization wave of the atrium is moving, so this positive electrode, depolarization wave moving towards the positive electrode, we get a positive deflection. So needle will move upwards. This moderate velocity upward wave is generated, okay, which is called as the P wave. So when SA node was firing, when there was no vector, so it was a straight line here. So it was recording a straight line. So when the atria depolarizes, there is a vector which represents it. It is moving downwards, leftwards with moderate velocity, because it is moving towards a positive depolarization wave, moving towards a positive electrode, we get a positive wave, moderate velocity. Okay, so if you can see that again, see the needle how it is moving, the electrode, it is a moderate velocity, moves towards the positive deflection. If there is a ECG paper here, then it records it as a P wave. This is the P wave, the first electrical event where atrial depolarization is happening. Where atrial depolarization is happening. Okay, so we'll move on to the second electrical event. Then this depolarization comes here and hits the fibrous band. Most of the depolarization is hitting this fibrous band, fibrous annulus it's called as. This is not a good conductor. Okay, so all the depolarization waves which is hitting this fibrous band will die, so it won't be transferred across. So the only electrical window where depolarization wave from the SA node travels to ventricle is through the AV node. So only the waves which reaches the AV node can be traveling to the ventricle. Okay, now AV nodal tissue, if you take, it is a specialized, if I can show you in a bigger way. So this is the AV node. It is a specialized myocardial tissue, and very important is they are specialized in slow conduction. Yeah, because when atrial depolarization current touches the AV node, it conducts here very, 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 very slowly. It slows down the wave like anything. So it holds the depolarization current for almost zero point 0.1 second. Imagine it is holding all the depolarization current for zero point 0.1 second. So it is a very, very slow conducting tissue. Now the question is, why the AV node is slow conducting? Okay, so nature has really thought about it. The atrial conducting system, if you can see, if I can show you this picture. Okay, atrial conducting system is organized so that cardiac impulse does not travel, okay, from atria to ventricle too rapidly. Okay, it makes sure that the current is held up there for a few seconds, because this delay allows time for the atria, see, atria depolarizes and it is contracting to empty their blood into the ventricles before ventricular contraction happens. If there was no delay, ventricular contraction would have happened without the blood. So there is a delay. This helps the atria to empty their blood into the ventricle before the ventricular contraction begins. It is primarily the AV node and its adjacent conducting fibers that delay this transmission into the ventricles. So now the question is, how this AV node is able to slow the depolarization wave? So there are many reasons. First thing is, this AV node is made up of many small cells. Less, okay, the very small cells and many cells. So, and the cells are aligned perpendicular to the wave of depolarization wave is coming like this, but the cells are aligned perpendicularly and they have less number of gap junctions. Okay, because they are small and less number of gap junctions, so great resistance to conduction of excitable cells. Okay, so because depolarization wave to come to this cell and to this cell and to this cell and the other cell, it takes a lot of time. So here the delay is happening because large number of cells and also small cells and less number of gap junctions. And one more thing is that AV nodal depolarization, the SA node and the AV node depolarization is dependent on calcium. Rest of the myocardium is dependent on sodium, but it is calcium, and as we all know, sodium is slow channel. That's why the depolarization happening in the AV node is also slow. And if you take the resting membrane potential, it is around minus 60 millivolts, whereas the rest of the cardiac tissue, it is minus 90 millivolts. Because it is less electronegative, the entry of the cations, that is the calcium ion, for depolarization is difficult. So let me repeat it. Why? How the AV node is able to conduct slowly? Because of the small size of the tissue, less number of gap junctions, and because AV nodal depolarization depends on slow calcium channel, and the resting membrane potential of the AV node is less electronegative. So that's why the entry of the positive ions into the AV node is little bit difficult compared to the other part of the myocardial tissue. All these reasons together make sure that the current is held up in the AV node for few seconds. How wonderful, isn't it? So now, if I can represent the AV nodal electrical activity in a vector, you can see this vector, it is represented like this. So AV node is an extremely slow conductor as compared to the rest of the heart. It is a very small tissue, very small. So very small tissue. So will produce a thin vector and a small vector. Okay, and the most important thing is that this small tiny vector, it cannot be picked up by the ECG machine, even though there is electrical activity. So if I can represent this in the ECG machine, the ECG machine cannot pick up this vector. Okay, so if I can show this, this is where so when there is nothing, even though we know depolarization is happening, the electrical activity, there is no needle fluctuation, no electrical activity, there is just one single line coming for 0.1 seconds. Okay, this is P wave and this is isoelectric line. There are no electrical activity. Electrical ECG machine does not pick up this depolarization current. So we say that there is no significant current that will move the needle. So electrically, heart is silent during AV nodal depolarization. So we say that AV node whispers and does not talk, and this cannot be heard by the ECG machine. Okay, so we just get a straight line, and it is called as pure segment. I'll be telling you the names later. This is the P wave, this is the P wave, and this is the PR segment. So P wave represents atrial depolarization and PR segment represents the AV nodal depolarization, which is no electrical activity. So AV nodal delay and isoelectric line. So we understood SA node depolarizes, P wave atrial depolarization, and then AV nodal depolarization. Okay. So third electrical event, next it is a major electrical event, is the depolarization of the ventricles. Okay. So the depolarizing current from the AV node has reached the Purkinje system. Okay. And the bundle of His, okay, now continues as right and left bundle branch, and these bundles of His are made up of specialized myocardial cells called as Purkinje cells. As you know, Purkinje cells are fast conducting system. Okay, and the depolarizing current comes to the bundle of His from AV node. Okay, and depolarizes the ventricle in 3 stages. Okay, it doesn't happen at a go. First it depolarizes the septum, and then the apex and the whole of the ventricles, and finally the base. So this is the apex, this is the base of the ventricles. So first it and the septum, first septum, ventricles and the apex, and the whole of the and the base of the heart. These are the 3 stages of ventricular depolarization. Okay. So let's see the first event in the ventricular depolarization, that is the septum depolarization. So initially the depolarizing current was in the AV node. Okay, then the AV node, it comes to the bundle of His. Remember that the interventricular septum, okay, upper part is the fibrous part, whereas the lower part is the muscular part. Fibrous tissue makes a sleeve. So if you can see this bundle of His, this fibrous tissue up makes a sleeve around this bundle of His. Okay, it is just like an electrical wire have a plastic covering. In the same way, bundle branches also have a covering called as fibrous covering. Okay, so septal myocardium is stimulated by the left bundle branch and not the right bundle branch. Why? Because notice this here, this is the left bundle branch, the same left ventricles bundle branch here. Okay, these left bundle branch have branches here. Can you see them? So beautiful. But right does not have, it just continues down here. These left bundle branches has connections which stimulate the septum. Okay, these branches are stimulating the septum and not the right bundle branch. So wave of depolarization sweeps from left side to right side, and here upper part there is fibrous tissue, whereas the downward part there is the septum, and also bundle branches are present down. So the depolarization wave is coming from left to right and from downwards to upwards. If I can represent the wave to show you, it is coming like this. In the septum, it is coming from left to right. Can you see this? It is coming from left to right, and the vectors are represented from downward to upward. Okay, so it is coming from left to right, this pictorial representation you can see, and also this diagrammatic representation. It is showing the vector, if I am able to show you. Because left bundle branches supply the septum, the depolarization wave starts from left side of the septum to the right side, and from little bit from downwards towards the upwards. Okay, so it is a depolarization wave. Third event is a septal depolarization, and it is a depolarization wave. And you remember this vector is facing leftwards and upwards. Okay, you can see here it is facing leftwards and upwards. Here is your negative electrode. So depolarization wave going towards the negative electrode, what do you get? You get a negative deflection, negative wave, right? So if I can represent this, so negative electrode, right, positive electrode, it is going downward, rightwards and upwards. So it is going towards here. You can see very minute deflection, and if you can represent in the ECG, this is the one. Because septum is a very 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 thin myocardium. Okay, you get a very tiny vector. Okay, a very small downward deflection, which is shown as the Q wave. Okay, this is the Q wave, which shows a septal depolarization of the vent. Just few, it comes just like that. That is the electrical event picked up by this negative electrode. So Q wave is a fast, small and negative deflection representing the septal depolarization. So this is the atrial depolarization, P wave. Then AV nodal delay, there is no electrical activity when the AV node depolarizes. Then the Q wave representing the septal depolarization. And the next electrical event is the apex and the whole of the ventricle depolarizes. So as you can see, the septum is depolarizing, and later the entire ventricle depolarizes. At this point, I would like to tell you that if I take a piece of the tissue of the ventricle, it is you can see the inner part is called as the endocardium, and then there is the myocardium, and then there is the epicardium. And if you see the Purkinje fibers, they are coming here, the Purkinje fibers, they are present in the deeper part, endomyocardium. Okay, so depolarization wave comes here. From here, the depolarization comes to myocardium and the epicardium. Okay, so endocardium depolarizes first, then the myocardium depolarizes, then the epicardium. So we can say that ventricular depolarization is from the endocardium to the myocardium and to the epicardium. So if I can represent this as a vector, so it is the entire ventricle, the endocardium is depolarizing first, and then the myocardium, then the epicardium. It's just sweeps through the like that. Okay, so wave of depolarization is coming from inner endocardium to the myocardium and the epicardium. All these vectors are produced simultaneously. You can see all these vectors, they're just depolarizing vectors coming outwards like anything. Okay, and another important thing is this left myocardium is 3 times thicker than the right myocardium. Hence, depolarizing current, if I can show the vectors, in the left myocardium are longer and thicker vector, whereas the right myocardium ventricular vector smaller and thinner vector. Okay, because they are generated simultaneously, we can add them up, and the cumulative vector is pointing downwards and leftwards. Okay, so this vectorial represents the major ventricular depolarization, which is a very thick vector, major electrical event, because major part of the ventricle is depolarizing and it is facing downwards and leftwards. Okay, so it is facing towards the positive electrode, so we obviously get a very positive deflection on the ECG machine, and the vector is a very strong vector, and it is a fast vector. You remember, it is all because of the Purkinje cells and a faster myocardium. The velocity is also fast. So the needle fluctuation, there will be a very fast fluctuation. So we'll see this in the ECG machine. So the whole of ventricle is depolarizing, okay, from endocardium to myocardium, myocardium to epicardium, and the vector, if it is represented, it is towards downward and leftward, and it is picked up by the ECG machine. Can you see the needle fluctuation now? It is very fast and very big fluctuation, because it is myocardium, it is a major electrical event. If I can show this in the myocardium, so it was S wave. From here, just goes up and down, it goes up and comes down, because it is a depolarization wave coming towards the positive electrode, and very big electrode, so big wave is coming. And because it is fast, just goes up and comes back. Okay, so this is called as the R wave. It is a big, fast, positive deflection, represent the major ventricular depolarization. So atrial depolarization represented by P wave, AV nodal delay, Q wave, septal depolarization, major ventricular depolarization. So this is about the R wave. Then comes your next event, the base of the ventricle depolarizes. Okay, so the last part to be depolarized is the base of the ventricles. It is moving upwards and rightwards. So why is it moving like that? Because this is the base and this is the apex, you should know. These vectors is the last wave. So when it is coming from endocardium to myocardium, epicardium, these vectors are represented like this. So if I take a cumulative of all this side and this side, it is facing upwards and rightwards. Okay, so all these small vectors, if I combine together, the base of the ventricular tissue, the vectors are represented, and base of the ventricle is a very small part, so the vectors are also small. So the base of the ventricles are depolarizing, and the vector is facing upwards and rightwards. So depolarization wave towards the negative electrode, we get a negative wave, so we get a negative deflection on the ECG machine, and there is a S wave. Okay, this is the negative deflection on the ECG machine. So S wave is a small, fast negative deflection. Okay, so needle will move faster. So this is how QRS complex is formed. Q complex is the septal depolarization, major ventricular depolarization, and the basal ventricular depolarization. So this is together, ventricular depolarization is called as QRS complex. Okay, so that's about ventricular depolarization. So next major electrical event is the ventricles are completely depolarized. Do you think there is any production of vector now? No, there is no vector until the ventricles are completely depolarized. Because they are completely depolarized, the needle does not show any fluctuation. And on ECG, it is represented by a straight line here. This is called as the ST segment. Okay, which I shall be explaining later, that the straight line and are represented like this. Okay, this represents the ventricular complete depolarization, since there is the entire cardiac tissue inside has become positive now. So there is no electrical differences, and electrodes cannot pick that up, and there is no electrical activity. It's just shown as an isoelectric line. So it shows the complete ventricular depolarization. This is called as ST segment. So far we have learned that there was SA node firing, P wave, atrial depolarization, AV node depolarization, no electrical activity, S represented by the septal depolarization, and R wave showing the major ventricular depolarization, and S wave, this is Q wave, Q wave, septal depolarization, R wave, ventricular depolarization, and S wave representing the basal depolarization. And from S to another wave, whatever the electrical line is there, this is called as ST segment, where there is complete ventricular depolarization. And after this, what is the major event? Of course, when after depolarization, there should be repolarization. So onset of repolarization starts. So the onset of repolarization is in a reverse order. It comes from epicardium to the endocardium. Okay, rule of repolarization of the cardiac ventricles is that the part which depolarizes last is the first to repolarize. Okay, so if I can represent it with a vector, because it is representing here, it is a repolarizing wave. So inside of the cells it is negative, it is becoming negative. So it is a negative wave traveling towards the negative electrode, because it is going towards upward and rightward. Okay, so if you can combine all this, you represent this. It is going towards the negative electrode, and so it is a negative wave going towards a negative electrode. What do you get? Repolarization wave traveling towards a negative electrode, we get a positive wave. Okay, so you have to remember repolarization vector. So repolarization is happening, this red color, and it is going towards upward and rightward, and it is represented with the vector. And the ECG machine shows a positive deflection called as a T wave. Now I have two questions. Why ventricular myocardium repolarizes first? Why outer ventricular myocardium repolarizes first? Means why the epicardium repolarizes? So the answer is very simple. See, during a process of major ventricular depolarization and basal depolarization and ST segment, that is the complete ventricular depolarization, after that, as soon as the depolarization is about to finish, the ventricles are contracting. So when they are contracting, the outer myocardium squeezes the middle myocardium, and middle myocardium squeezes the inner myocardium. So when it is contracting, the blood supply to the innermost myocardium during the systole will be stopped. Okay, that's why the blood flow to the outer will be better compared to the inner myocardium during contraction, and that's why the repolarization happens at the outer myocardium rather than the inner myocardium. Okay, so when repolarization is begin, when the ventricular depolarization is happening, it also starts contracting. When it's contracting, the inner myocardium has the blood supply has stopped, whereas outer myocardium it's good. That's why repolarization happens at the outer myocardium first. Okay, and my second question is that during ventricular depolarization there are three vectors, right? We learned. So there is Q wave, R wave, S wave, septal depolarization, and there was major ventricular depolarization, then basal ventricular. And when I am telling repolarization, I am just showing one vector. So how is that possible? Why? There is only one wave of repolarization, whereas there are three waves of depolarization. Because you remember, depolarization is a fast process. You remember the action potential. Depolarization is a fast process by the fast sodium channels, and repolarization is a gradual process by the slow potassium channels. Okay, so repolarization process of basal myoseptal and that's one reason. And one more reason is that, so when the septal myocardium is repolarizing, uh, and the basal myocardium is repolarizing, and first the basal myocardium repolarizes, major ventricle repolarizes, and septum repolarizes. So when this wave of repolarization is coming, it overlaps between each other. So when base is repolarizing, at the same time the ventricle starts repolarizing. At the same time, even the septum starts repolarizing. So when the electrical activity is picked up, because they are happening simultaneous, they are overlapping, you get just one vector. Hence only one positive deflection. It is a repolarizing wave traveling towards a negative wave, traveling towards a negative electrode, we get a positive wave. Even though it is a repolarization, we get a positive wave, and it is a one single vector, because all the other parts of the ventricle which are repolarizing, they are overlapping, because it is a slow process, because of the slow potassium channels. Okay, hence it is represented by a T wave. So it is a P wave here, and PR segment, and Q wave, R wave, S wave, and ST segment, and the T wave representing the ventricular repolarization. So now you should ask me, what about atrial repolarization? You didn't show me on the ventricles. So you just show me the atrial depolarization, ventricular depolarization, and ventricular repolarization. What about that? So atrial repolarization is not represented on the ECG because when atria is depolarizing, at the same time ventricles are also depolarization is happening. Ventricular ventricle depolarization has repolarization is happening, at the same time ventricular depolarization is happening. I'll repeat it. So it is not represented because as soon as the SA node fires, there is atrial depolarization which travels to the AV node and ventricle starts depolarizing. When ventricles are depolarizing, atria are repolarizing. Hence, the atrial repolarizing current also is produced. But compared to the ventricular depolar, that is the QRS wave, the atrial repolarization electrical vector cannot be picked up by the electrical ECG machine. So we can say that atrial repolarization wave is masked and is unable to move the needle independently because at the same time major electrical event, that is the ventricular depolarization, is happening. So atrial current is a weaker and smaller, very tiny compared to the ventricular strong QRS waves, and hence atrial repolarization, even though it is happening, it is not represented on the ECG. Okay, so let's recap. P wave represents the electrical atrial depolarization. Then there is isoelectric line which shows that there is AV nodal delay, and then we have the Q wave which represents the septal depolarization, and then we have the R wave which represents the entire ventricular and apical depolarization. Then we have S wave which represents the basal depolarization, and then we have ST segment where the entire ventricles are depolarized, there is no electrical event, so there is ST segment. Then ventricle repolarizes from outside to inwards. Okay, and it is a slow wave compared to the ventricular depolarization. That's why ventricular depolarization wave is a very long wave, whereas it is a slow wave, it is a slow moderate velocity, so it is slow. T wave is slow, and it is also positive. So we can represent the entire electrical activity, we can represent it as PQRST complex. Okay, this is about the summary of the electrical events and the vectors. So we have learnt everything. We learnt all the electrical events, we learnt how they are represented as vectors, we also learned how they are represented as ECG. Okay, so if you can see all this summarized, we can summarize all the electrical events, vectors and ECG waves in one go. We can have a look at this animation. As you can see, SA node is depolarizing, then P wave atrial depolarization, AV node is depolarizing. Right now there is no electrical event picked up, so isoelectric line. Then Q wave representing the septal depolarization, then the major ventricular depolarization and basal ventricular depolarization, then ST segment representing the entire ventricular depolarization followed by repolarization. Okay, so this is how the vectorial and the ECG we can see. So this is about the wave nomenclature of the waves and the segments. P wave, as we all know, atrial depolarization. QRS complex, Q wave septal depolarization, major ventricular depolarization, R wave, S wave basal ventricular depolarization, and there is ST segment. Then there is T wave, that is ventricular repolarization. The waves are P wave, Q wave, R wave, S wave and T wave. Okay, and the segments where there are electrical event happening but there is no electrical activity picked up by the ECG machine, they are called as segments. That is AV nodal depolarization, PR segment, whereas the ST segment is shown by the it is showing the ventricular complete depolarization. So this is about the names of the waves and the segments. So thank you all for patient watching.